Hello and welcome to Allotment Diaries. Just putting my keys away because of the problem I had last time. I'm hoping that the audio should be a lot better, certainly compared to last time, and apologies about that. So, 13th of March on a Sunday. Weather's shit, it's gonna absolutely piss down on me. So I've got some jobs to do, some planting. I'm gonna have a little walk around and show you as well. There's the cow from last year. Curly cow. I didn't even get a chance to dig up a lot of my spuds, but you got one over there. Let me show you, get closer. It's already started growing again, look. With my propagator lid in there. So it's just nothing but a mess, but we've got to sort this out. I'm earlier in the season now, because obviously it's March, whereas obviously I had all the troubles last year. But I won't have any of that now. God, these brambles, man. You can see in the cold light of day what was done last time. So I think somebody's cut it all down for me actually. Or maybe I did more than I anticipated. But yeah, as you can see, it's all down. Don't know what I'm doing about my tree yet. Man, I must have done a lot of work last time, because that's obviously what I've done. But still got more to do. But I've worked my arse off last time. So I don't know if I'm going to do any more cutting. Might cut that one bit over there that I was just fucking around with. But, you know, realistically, it's all good, you know. So what am I definitely going to do? Well, as it's March, you know, it certainly heats up for gardeners. So we're going to start off with some cayenne pepper. Unfortunately for me, I've noticed upon doing this that they've still not turned the water on. Thank fuck I managed to actually bring some water myself. But we're going to do some cayenne pepper. We're going to do quite a few bits and bobs in here. Same tray. So step one is obviously buy yourself a propagator setup. Or you can use any sort of plastic packaging that you can hold compost. So by all means, recycle. Step two is quite simple. You just fill up all your pods or whatever you've got with compost. All right, the little bit will do ya. You don't have to fill them all the way up to the top just yet. So you can just sprinkle them in. You can use gloves, but I find it makes the job harder. Even though it'd be more beneficial considering there's no water to wash my hands after, but hey ho. So you just sprinkle it in any which way, get it in. Step three, I think we're at. Simply push it all down. You will need, obviously, water it. I haven't, because obviously there's no water here apart from my drinking water, but this is wet enough as it is, because it's obviously been in the rain. The reason you want to do this is because if you try and water it now, the seeds may get washed away. So please water your compost if it needs it. If it's like mine, it really doesn't need it, then don't. But if it needs watering, please water it before you put the seeds in. Now back onto your regular schedule. Now unfortunately, I don't know how I've done this. I've not got the cayenne peppers that I wanted, but I think I got these from Wilco's as well. So it's just a bit of a mix, but the ones that I originally was gonna plant and will be planting in the future, because obviously I want to keep planting these, so I've got a constant supply of cayenne peppers, is from Wilco's. I think it's about £1, something like that. So yeah, this took me a while to get them out, but that's what the seeds look like if you're interested. It's going to be hard to do this again one-handed. Hold on, I'll come back when I've done it. Alright, well unfortunately, because I didn't bring the right seeds, these have only got smaller amount, but as you should be able to see, I'm sorry about the zoom-in effect, I accidentally dropped my phone. I've just sprinkled 2 in each pod. These last 2 unfortunately ain't going to have none, which is annoying. Right, so I've just sprinkled in 2 little seeds each into each compartment. Unfortunately, these last 2 haven't got any, which sucks, but because I wasn't using the original ones, I did put them in my pocket. Don't know what the hell's happened to them. They were the main things I was worried about planting today. But lucky I had these, but they're only come in smaller amount. But as you can see, 2, you can't see that one, but there is 2, all the way. And obviously these ones as well. There you go, you might be able to see them now. Now, just sprinkle a little bit of dirt over the top and push them down very lightly. You don't want to cause any issues with them, just a little bit. As Del Boy would say, a little dab will do ya. A little dab would do ya. As long as they're covered, that's the main thing. And then just, as I say, pat them down very gently. I really can't wait for these to germinate, because I love cayenne pepper. I definitely love spice. They're very, very good for you. Maybe I'll do a future video of the health benefits of cayenne pepper. And then if I do, I'll put a link in the description because they're very, very healthy. Very tasty as well. I will probably obviously eat some of these, you know, as Mother Nature intended, but I will probably grind a lot of this up into powder so I can put it on eggs and everything. So I like mine. And of course, the final step is just write a little label, saying what it is, when you planted it if you want, and just put it in the side or tape it somehow. So yeah, so that's how to start cayenne pepper. And later on, as these develop, I will do update videos and put it into one long video, how to grow cayenne pepper from scratch. Maybe some tomatoes, some spuds, because yeah, why not? Maybe some more curly cow, and a few other things, maybe some bell peppers as well. You'll have to wait and see. Now, we're continuing on in this video, but this will be cut into a separate video in the future, so I'm going to have to re-go over some of the steps. Yes, so please bear with that. So, step 1 in growing radish. As you can see from Wilco's, nothing fancy. The sparkler-free variety, as you can see, sow between February and September. Wanting to know what the seeds look like, that's what radish seeds look like. I never have a lot of time, but even less today. I've got so much to do. And there we go. I've just put my little label explaining that it's radish and when I planted it. There we go, little gem. Now today I've already been planting and other videos. Right here on the first 3 columns is cayenne pepper. That plant label you can see near the seed packaging is radish for 2. So now we're going to grow right here some little lettuce, and the seedling should appear within 6 to 12 days. So obviously stay tuned for further updates and eventually a how to grow lettuce guide from start to finish. But not only that, also for these ones, which I've said in other videos, that one's cayenne pepper and that one's radish, so there'll be a complete video with them as well. Now this section, this last one here, we're going to do carrots, because everyone loves carrots, don't they? If for any reason you're interested in what ones I'm going to have, it's just the Wilco's carrots, James Scarlet, as you can see, sow March to July and then harvest in June to November. So yeah, already it's been a productive day. Off camera, I've planted up some spuds, trying something a little bit different this year. Some people have said to me that I'm putting too many spuds in and it's harming my yield, so I've just put 3 seed potatoes in this time. See if it makes a difference. Obviously, all the seeds I've been planting, all labelled up and everything's good to go. So that's a good start to the year. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of cutting back, a little bit on the front and obviously on the back, but as you can see it's a lot better than it used to be. So if I give you the cinematic pan around, you'll know. So yeah. Still looks a mess, but we'll get there eventually. So I'm going to show you a little bit on the back, and honestly there won't be much because I'm exhausted and I've got so much to do. But I'm going to cut this bit back, of course. Going to cut some of this bit back, maybe a little bit over here. So I'll see you when I've done it. Right, it's not perfect by any means, but obviously this was all the way up here. Cut it back, and a lot of this, like that's loose, so a lot of what you can see is loose. I just haven't picked it up and put it into a pile yet, and I'm not doing that today. But I've brought it down quite a bit. As you can tell, I've been working hard. So yeah, so we'll have one little final look. So obviously what I started earlier, including the spuds. Done a little bit of tidying up, not that you can see much, but you know, Rome weren't built in a day and all that. So yeah, done a bit over here as well. It's hard to see on the camera, it makes it look like next to nothing if anything's been done. But I've cut all this. I don't know if you can see all the loose bits. You can see that bit. So a lot of this was done last time, but I've still done quite a bit. I've cut all this down again. It's amazing how fast brambles grow. So yeah, so you can't just see because it's a mess, but all of that there is a pile of loose shit, and there's loose bits all over the place. But I've cut this bit down, Cut a bit down over here, you know. Now this, hopefully you can see more of a difference. Still a bit high, but it's not easy to get to. I've cut all this back. I mean, you can actually see parts of the allotment floor that we've not been able to see before. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that helps someone. Please like, comment and subscribe so you can stay up to date with more tutorials, my perspective as an allotment plot holder or gardener without no transport. And hopefully it encourages you and other people. Hopefully you can share this with people that need a bit of motivation when it comes to growing. They make excuses like, oh, it can't be done. I don't have transport. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the most money. I definitely don't have my own transport, unfortunately. And yet I can get things done. And I've also got very little time. So that's why things don't always look as good as they should, but I still get shit done. Also, subscribe for updates on these spuds. Obviously these seeds, I'm going to be subsequent growing them, or sequence growing. I can't think of the top, I'm so tired. But I'm going to be growing more every couple of weeks because obviously I want a massive supply. So if you start them now, a couple of weeks, start the next lot. Now, a couple of points to say just before we actually close. So give an idea of goals if I can get a chance to do them. Obviously cut more of this back. Get all of this emptied out, get in there, get it all cut back, you know, try and get it more presentable, repair all of that, sort something out with that, or I'm going to get myself a new greenhouse because, you know, that will obviously help. Get all that tidied up. I've still got to fix the shed door, the window, you know, that little crack there on the shed. Let me zoom in. Try and get all that sorted, put some new hinges on it. Basic tasks like that. And then obviously there, if you've not seen my previous videos, they're going to be used to make raised beds, so that obviously needs to be done at some point. Hopefully in the next couple of times I can be working towards these type of things, because the brambles, hopefully they'll fuck off and leave me alone about, so I can get on with what I need to do, you know, more growing. So next time, if you're interested, I'm probably going to grow more cayenne pepper, because as I told you, I love them. More spuds. I'll be probably more than likely bringing down more bags of growing more compost, because obviously I don't have transport. So it's quite funny. We drive the cab in here. Everyone looks at it, it's quite funny. It's like, well, I don't have transport. Not walking miles with it. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. As I said, like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace. Anyway, I've been Allotment Diaries. You've been amazing. And I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.